Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing well. Today I'm on the Crossout test server because I wanted to check out some of the changes the devs have planned for the next major update. Now I'm not gonna check out all the changes. I'll be taking a look at some of the more interesting stuff like the Jormungandr or the reload based shotguns, the aspect, the tackler, the sidekicks, the arbiters, the Omni Wheels and the Atom Wheels, the Stillwinds, the Carab Ripper, the Swarms, the Firebugs, and the Rippers, because all the other changes seem pretty self-explanatory. Today, the devs also announced 2 additional changes for the next update. They're slightly nerfing the Titan wheels and they're also slightly nerfing the BWC Warrior cabin. Now, the biggest change I was looking forward to try out was the change of the reload-based shotguns. On the live server, these fire a single shot like boom. But check these out right now. It's actually kind of cool, not gonna lie. Now there's a ton of recoil on this build, and if I made it heavier, it would not like make me do a wheelie. But check out the damage. Oh, actually, okay, yeah, just check out the damage, because it's actually quite insane. We are using a Cyclops reload module and just a Cami cabin. That's it. These are non-upgraded Jormungandrs. We're doing 6k damage. That's actually quite impressive. So now these shotguns do a triple shot, which doesn't really make sense because for the Nidhogg and the Jormungandr, they have 2 barrels, so 4 shots would make more sense. And for the other ones, 3 shots would make sense. Let me just show you guys. So the Jumbo shotgun and the Fafnir shotguns only have 1 barrel, so a triple shot would make sense to me. But the Nidhogg and the Jormungandrs have 2 barrels, so 3 shots? That sounds weird. It looks weird. So what I'm gonna do now is a quick damage comparison between the live server and the test server. And just a quick reminder, all these reload-based shotguns got a durability increase, changed the way it fires, reduced the damage of a single pellet. The reload time was also increased to 4.5 seconds, and the ammo reserves was also decreased. Now, I cannot see the results yet because I still need to edit the video to see how they compare to each other. Now, I was not using a co-driver. I was just using the weapons bare boned without any perk or any assistance of anything except for a Cyclops reload module. The next item I want to check out is the Aspect machine gun. I'm choosing this one because it's my favorite machine gun out of all of these, and all of these got the same buff, so I'm not gonna check out all of them one by one. I'm gonna focus my attention on the Aspect. Now, testing out the projectile speed on these is gonna be a little bit tricky because it's only 6%. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shoot at a target close range and a target long range and just compare the live and the test server. After doing the test, the perk of the Aspect machine gun still seems very disappointing. The next item I want to look at is the Tackler machine gun. It's getting a nice durability buff and a 22% damage increase, and also a faster perk activation time. So over here, I have 6 non-upgraded Tacklers with 2 Aquilo radiators. Now these seem pretty good on the test server, but the spread is still horrible. unless you maybe combine it with a Torero cabin and some other movement part that increases your accuracy. The next item I want to look at is the MG14 Arbiter is getting a nice damage increase, 24% more damage, and a small projectile increase by only 7%. And also the perk will charge 2 seconds faster now. I'm not gonna lie, after the removal of the hit scan mechanic, I kinda stopped using the weapons that had that mechanic in the past. I don't necessarily disagree with the change, it just feels kind of unfair. You might have noticed I haven't made videos on any of these hit scan weapons or any of these weapons. Now I did try these out in the beginning of the change and they felt horrible and I never went back. What I did feature a lot on the channel recently were autocannons, cannons, and rocket launchers. So my hope is that after the update, these two groups of weapons become a little bit more fun again. The next item we're going to look at is this sidekick drone. The optimal range was increased by 72%. So I want to see what that looks like in game. Now again, I cannot see the results until I'm editing the video, but that did seem kind of interesting. Alright, the next item I want to check out is the Omni Wheels because they should have a lot more grip and they should drain a lot less power from your cabin. So let's see. Okay. Interesting. Oh, they stop on demand. That is... Ah. Because on the live server right now, they do some kind of weird overcorrection thingy. Now it no longer happens. Let's see if it has like a drag brake. It still does not have a drag brake, which I don't think is the worst thing in the world. What I mean by that is when you let go of the accelerator, will it stop automatically? Nope, it just keeps rolling like a normal wheel. Yeah, same for the forward and reverse as well, I'm assuming. Yep. Let's see what happens if I panic and I try to look away. Feels responsive. Yeah, feels very responsive. It's hard to tell in video, but it does feel a lot better. The Omni Wheels might actually make a small comeback. Yeah, this one still has a small overcorrection, but it's nothing compared to what it was before. It also used to spin around like crazy. That is also fixed. I see. Alright, pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Now, the Stillbint only got a perk change. In the past, it would let you fire while in cloak for the first 3 seconds, I believe. But now, for every 100-meter pass by the projectile, its explosion radius increases by 0.35 meters. So I was trying to test out the Stillbint autocannon's perk, but testing out the 0.35 meter explosion difference is kind of tricky. So I'm gonna skip over these and move on to the Carab Disc melee weapon. Now for the Carab Disc perk to activate, I need to be behind the enemy. And in the past, it would stay like this for 4 seconds after I've left the rear of the enemy. But now, it decreases after 1 second. Interesting. And they also changed the distance you need to be from the enemy before the perk activates. It doesn't appear that the change is gonna ruin this weapon. I think these are still gonna be quite effective. Next up, we're gonna try out the Ripper because the Ripper will work with the Tormentor module in the future. And the Tormentor will give your melee weapon 70% more damage for 6 seconds. So if you shoot the Ripper without activating the Tormentor, we deal 300 damage. But if we activate the Tormentor and check out 510, that is actually quite nice. Yeah, that's actually not too shabby. Not too shabby. The Rippers are gonna be disgusting now. I mean, they already were, but they're gonna be even more disgusting now. Next up, we're gonna take a look at the Firebug. The fire jet speed increased by 87.5%, optimal range increased by 3 times, and all accuracy parameters were increased as well, but they weren't really specific on which accuracy parameters. They're always so vague with their descriptions. So let's check out the difference. It doesn't appear to have the same accuracy as the Scatty. It doesn't go as far. But you can still heat up someone quite a bit away. But not as effective though. So the Firebug change is quite interesting. It doesn't shoot as far as the Scatty, but it does seem quite interesting. Yeah, so as I thought, it's still a lot more effective if you phase hug someone though. Alright, the next item we're checking out is the Swarm. Rate of fire reduced by 10%, reload time increased to 9 seconds, and blast radius reduced by 22%. This is gonna be brutal. Let's check it out. Doing the Swarm test is kind of tricky, but I hope you guys could see the difference. And the last item I want to check out is the Typhoon Cannon, because I do not understand this perk at all. Okay, it did a little bit more extra damage. Let's shoot the weapon. Very odd mechanic. it does seem to deal additional damage, but not if the part is below a certain percentage of health. That's the Leviathan's cabin. Yeah, it dealt additional damage. Interesting. Quite a lot too, depending on the durability of the items. Man, these might become devastating, but I can't really tell. Let's check out the damage sphere. It doesn't work on the damage sphere, unfortunately. Initial damage does seem quite low. And it doesn't seem like the perk really makes up for it that much. Okay, that was good. We'll have to see in PvP how it works. In the garage is gonna be kind of tricky to test. So after testing out the perk myself, I do understand it a little bit better. After a hit, it deals damage to weapons and movement parts in amount of 2% of their current durability, 3 times during 1 second. The damage is not dealt if the durability of a part is lower than 25%. So if I understand this correctly, it does 6% more damage to weapons and movement parts after a hit. Seems interesting, but why also not on cabins and other modules? And I do think 2% 3 times is a little bit low, but it's a new perk, so we'll have to test it out first. So yeah, guys, those were the tests I wanted to run. If you guys have any other questions, leave them in the comment section down below. I'm mostly excited for the reload-based shotguns, because the Jormunganders they look like they're gonna be very disgusting. All right, fellas, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, I hope this video has earned your like and your subscription to the channel. If you want to help me beat the YouTube's algorithm, you can do that by watching one of these videos over here right after this one, and I'll see you there in a minute. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Peace.